I know nobody's waiting for that. I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go when the volcano blows. That's an oldie for anybody who re-listens or replays this. Um, oh, where's all my stuff? Where's all my stuff? Um, hit the wrong button. Hello, for those of you who are here. Um, come on, Jim. Come on, Jim. All right. What the am I doing? I've got so much going on in my brain. It's like, hello, can we slow down and get everything straightened out before you do anything? No, of course not. Um, hello, Gaskins. Uh, whew. I'll wait a few minutes for more people to jump on. Hello, Shirley Simpson. Ding, Pryor's done. Ding. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to deal with my crazy brain because my crazy brain is. Hold on a second. Or something like that. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. Greasy fingerprints, most likely. But yeah. Let a few people a little bit. Let a little time pass. Sandra Hinkle, hello. Um, I usually don't repeat my usual rules and whatnot, but I see at least one new person here. So, basically, on my channel, I don't want to talk about politics, economics, or whatever's going on my wife's channel because either a I'm already sitting there hearing it all and not exactly happy about some of it. So I don't want to talk about it because I don't want the feedback. Hello, Renee. You're also, I think you're also new. So I'll repeat that. This channel will not discuss politics, economics, or whatever is happening with my wife. That way, I don't have a lot of issues or blowbacks or anything like that. With the way things are with my health status, I guess, part of it's my mental status. Um, I should not, according to my doctor, get overly stressed because of my genetically high glucose levels. I'm already basically a candidate for a heart attack at any second. Um, so I try to keep myself as stress free as possible. It doesn't always work. Um, I know because I got stressed out earlier and I was getting from this temple to this temple, a shooting pain, and then like all the way around the back of my head, a shooting pain, and I went, gotta calm down, gotta relax, you know. So yeah, as much as I try to watch out for my family, I'm starting to realize with my condition, I have to start watching out for myself more. Because I'm usually that person that will worry about everybody else in the room before I even worry about myself. Um, and that's just something that's the way I grew up. That's how my father was. You know, worry about your guests and your family, then you worry about yourself. And that's probably one of the things that caused him to die at the age of 46 because he wasn't listening to doctors. He wasn't, doing any kind of daily blood test or medication or anything like that. He was just like, nah, I'll be fine. Thanks, Dad. I lost him at the age of 15. So, yeah, I'm not going to follow the same suit. So I'm just kind of like, no, I'm going to do what the doctors say to the best of my ability and fight this. Lisa. When I say condition, I mean all my problems: the diabetes, the mental issues, um, the psychological issues. I guess psychological and mental would be the same kind of issues. But yeah, diabetes does play a big part in it nowadays. But I still have my other issues, my other problems, my back problem, which I finally got a hold of my pain management group, and I went in Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday, and sat down with for a consultation, and August 21st, I think, I'm going in for the shots and whatnot. So, you know, I have I have most of the issues that I have, the concerns that I have, are all documented. The other issues that I usually don't worry about are not documented because I think they're just part of my own persona, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Because, ever since I was young, I would see or hear things that weren't there. So it's one of the things that you don't talk to with certain groups because they'd be like, "You need to go see a shrink." I'm sorry, a shrink cannot help this. You know. At this point, no. That's why a lot of the heavier stuff, like the mahogany H cabinet in our bedroom, has not been moved. The reclining couch in the old living room has not been moved because I'm not going to push. No, I'm not going to be pushing myself to do that. I did that once and ended up spending like 2 days going, no, no, I'm just going to move from the bed to the recliner in the living room. Hey, kicking. That's fine. That's fine. I don't expect everybody to be here when I'm on. I'm not that type of person. Um, but as things are for me, hey, Marguerite, I'm glad you came. Bernadette, Amy. Actually, I'm kind of waiting because what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to go up to the college to the Christian campus house. My local church supports that, the church I used to go to, and see if I can get any young men from there. Um, we'll feed them. No, we got no problem with that. Um, hi, Jim. Is the church sending volunteers to help clean the house? Um, like I just said, I'm waiting a little bit while when when the college is yeah when the college is at full operating capacity or whatnot, or when their classes actually start up. I'm going to go to our local, what we call a Christian campus house, which is basically it's um, operated by the local church that I used to go to. So I'm going to see if I can ask them for a couple of young men on a weekend or a couple of weekends in a row to help move stuff around, and we'll feed them pizza and soda or something like that. I don't know. And then of course we'll tell them to take the leftovers home, not because I can't have it, but yeah, I don't want soda left in the house that I might be tempted to drink. It's bad enough that every so often I'll take a couple of Mom's Coca-Cola, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's got the sweetness and the caffeine and all that I crave, which, yeah, I'm still fighting that. Um, how many years has it been since you went to that church? I could not tell you because I don't keep track, but I'm going to say at least 5, 6 years. Um, so, yeah, you know, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Jimmy, you should really try. I've I've thought about that. The Reiki. I know a bit about it. Hey Diane. Um, the acupuncture. I don't know anybody in there. Well, yeah, I don't really know anybody in the area who does acupuncture. The thing about where I live right now is a lot of the like acupuncture and new age types. Well, some people call it new age. I call it old age. Um, aren't into it. So it's kind of hard to find anybody who does acupuncture or anything like that. I would love to find somebody who in the area who does alternative medicine um, for a lot of different reasons. People call it alternative, and I'm like, no, no, no. That's the stuff they used to do before this modern day factory produced medication, you know. But so I am. Oh, here's Mona. Um, I don't have a lot of that stuff around here. I would love to, but yeah, I am. Ooh, excuse me. I am unfortunately a small town does not have a lot of conveniences or you know alternatives to your mainstream medical. Um, all right. Now that we've got we got a bunch of people on here. I'm going to repeat myself that I've repeated earlier for everybody. We're not talking politics, we're not talking economics, and we're not talking about Jerry and her channel. There's a lot of reasons behind it, and just trust me. One, politics I don't like to get into with other people because they have their point of view. I have my point of view. Um, the only thing I'm going to say about politics is I kind of feel now that I'm older and a little bit wiser, I kind of agree with my father. And my father was you can take every politician, every bureaucrat, president, vice president, the whole board of staff, the whole anybody who has to do with the pushing of law, basically. Put all of them people on a boat, ship them out to a deserted island, and whoever survives, 90 days with nothing but food. They have to make their own shelter. They have to survive, and they have to start learning how to agree. Because I'm just like I'm done. I'm just done with politics. Um, so I'm just like politics done. No, 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 no. Um, I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's coming back on. They were having issues with high winds and rains from the hurricane that's out down there. And I can't remember what the name of the hurricane is now, so I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, talking about Jerry's channel, no, no. If you were watching it or go to rewatch it, you'll see a lot of my reactions when she starts talking politics, and I'm just like, leave it alone. But excuse me, I will be more than willing to talk about just about anything else. Um, just keep those three items out. And actually, last week when I did this, somebody said we should not talk about my mom either, and I'm kind of like, yeah. It's not because factor people when people say, I know that's why I'm not talking anymore about politics, Mona. Thank you. Um, See, the situation with my mom is I love her to death. I really, I mean, Oh, I don't know about him, if Bluegrass was going to sing or not tonight. But the main reason why I I understand the issues about talking with mom is because there's a lot of let's just say a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misunderstandings, and I know hey Bluegrass, um, I know I my explanation of things sometimes put people in the wrong idea, and that's just because of part of my health, part of the many issues I have. Some of it documented, some of it not, and yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, all right, I can understand why people don't want me talking about my mom on here. So I think that's going to be another thing that we're gonna take off the options list of what to talk about. And let's see here. Let me read some of you guys' comments. I'm sorry. Okay, that's between them two. Mom is fun. Mom can be fun. Mom, I mean, I didn't want to do this, Diane. Not because of, I'm glad you guys enjoy my mom. She has a quick wit. She is, funny at times, but the last couple years, and I could not. I can tell you some of the some of the points, but can't really get into detail. But mom's dissatisfaction with the way things are now. It's not that she does not get along with Jerry. It's more like she doesn't like the situation. The dog annoys her. Jerry Ann's loud music and whatnot annoys her. Um, so it's one of those like, that's why I wanted to either move to Colorado and get a nice sized piece of land that already has at least a house with at least 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, so we can all have our living space, and then get a get a trailer or a mobile home or another mobile home or something like that to put on the property so we all have our own space. But that really fell through mostly because um, I'm sorry. You guys are going by a little fast, so I'm just trying to pause it. See, the thing is, we've been looking. We originally started to look into, like, can we find a place that we can afford with, an acre or two worth of property, so we can have another like mobile home or something like that for me and Jerry or mom or whoever wants to live out there and live in it. We weren't trying to force mom into anything. We were just telling mom this is our thoughts, this is the reasons why we thought about this and did it today. But then, you know, prices on things out in Colorado went up. So we started looking around here and we did find a nice place, but that place had no ground wire. So you couldn't run everything that we run on a daily basis. You'd cause a fuse system to pop or maybe catch fire. So we were like, no, no, it'd be too much money just to put in ground wire system. So we dropped that house, and then Jerry came up with the idea of putting like a doorway here and not re- not really making it into a duplex. Somebody said, but more like making it where mom has her side, and she's cut off from our sounds, and we're cut off from her smoke, which is causing a lot of problems lately for me. Um, so it wasn't like we were trying to force mom into anything. We were just trying to get her to see a possible vision, and the idea was to put like um, bifold doors or trifold doors here in this opening, this what used to be an Arcadia door, basically, um, and give it a try. And if mom likes it after 6 months or so, once the house is fixed up, we were talking about making it somehow permanent. But I I have the same issues as mom does because it's like, well, unless you make this opening area a soundproof doorway, basically, there's no point in doing it because then, yeah, we would technically be doing a duplex. But according to what I've learned recently is if you're renovating your house and you're not extending the house, your house is going to stay the same basic shape and form. You're just renovating and fixing up a room or knocking down a wall or adding a doorway in between two rooms. They got no problem. It's when you start to build up or wider or bigger, that's when they start to have a problem. Da, 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 okay, let me see here. I'm sorry, folks. I have to go through these comments real quick. Um, okay, here we are. I'm doing one. Okay, talking to Marguerite. Um, um, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just. I'm sorry, folks. I just. Ouch. Um, I'm glad that she has found you guys as an outlet when she needs to voice her opinion and feels that she can't come to me because I mean I understand that, yeah, I am Jay's husband and I do try to get Jay to understand mom's side of the coin basically. And well, I yeah, I don't want to get into it because it's just one of those like um, actually, Billy Boy, my mom is actually doing pretty good. I wasn't feeling good earlier, and I said that it looks like it's gonna be a finish for yourself night. And then after taking her Tylenol, the headache went away, and I'm like, you know what? Let's see what I can make. So I made basically some ground beef, added a jar of Alfredo, and made some penne noodles. Threw that together, and that was basically dinner. Unfortunately, that and broccoli. I love broccoli with my Alfredo. I don't know why. It just tastes good together. Um, uh, shoot. Yeah, I mean, mom's not happy with the situation, and the biggest thing that's been causing me and mom issues is Oreo will look out the Arcadia door, and that's one of the reasons why we want to block Oreo from going into that living room. Is because she sees a rabbit or sees something that upsets her or gets her startled or riled up or whatever, she starts barking. And when everything was nice and calm and there's no chaos or anything, all of a sudden your dog starts barking. It causes us to jump, and I end up yelling at the dog. Um, so that's one of those like, okay, I know mom don't like it. I don't like it. My big, Jeez, I'm gonna break my own rules today. I swear I'm going to if I don't think of something else, because I don't know what's going on in her head, but outwardly it's like. control, 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 control. Gotta have it my way. And I'm today was just one of those days where I just snapped and I was like, no, no, I'm not gonna be. I'm what I said to her. And please, if anybody is of African American descent, don't take offense to this. I'm a '70s guy. Um, Grew up in the military. I don't see racial things, but I was kind of thinking about the old Tom and Jerry cartoons. And I told her, I swear one of these days you're going to push me so far, I'm just going to smear my face with black paint or whatever. And just walk around going, yeah, mammy, what do you want, mammy? Because that's the way I was feeling. Um, so it's just one of those like, one of these days, pow. Um, what's that old TV show? I can't remember what it is. But I just like, let's see here. Where are we? Somewhere in central Missouri. Um, um, yeah, Jerry and Mom do have strong wills. The thing is, Mom's more of a pacifist. Um, I kind of swing back and forth depending on the mood or how I feel. Um, but I was raised where I don't go hitting a woman, but um, sometimes I begin to wonder. But let's see here. Well, that's one of the things that we did talk about at one point in time. We did talk about Mom going into a retirement facility or community, and Jerry Ann and I would go and live in a what are they called? HUD homes? Or basically homes that are basically depending on how much you make, depends on how much you pay for rent type deals. But Mom gets talked out of it one way or another. And I keep on telling Mom, it's your money, your decision. And she's like, yeah, but I don't want to leave you high and dry. I said, don't worry about it. Because what's going to either happen is Jerry's going to have to realize that we have to do X, Y, or A, B, and C before we can do X, Y, and Z. A, B, and C is paying the bills, getting food in our you know, in our house so we can eat, that kind of thing. And then if there's any money after all that stuff, then you can worry about X, Y, and Z, buying from Timu or wherever stuff that we don't really need. And that's the thing. There's this thing. I can look around my house and say, okay, we need this, 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 and this, but all the rest of it we don't. And Jerry's like, no, 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 no. I gotta have this. I gotta have that. Da, da, da. I'm like, Jerry, you would not be a very good army wife because you're only allowed to carry X amount of pounds worth of stuff if you're leaving the country. Now, if you're just moving around the state, no, that it wouldn't matter. And I think that's what's the difference between me and her is I grew up military where it's like you keep the necessities. You keep what is needed. If it's not needed, you either store it or you get rid of it. She does not have that mentality. And I keep on saying, what if we were able to live out of have an RV and that would become our permanent home because we couldn't afford anything else? You can't cram all the stuff that we have even into a 21-foot RV. It's not possible, But ah, sorry, folks. Um, well, that's the thing is, I would need more than just a local contractor, and I mean, what we want to do, and the only thing I can think of that might need a permit is we want to extend our front porch, and then put like either stepping stones or pave a walk from the street to the house. And that's going to be a lot of work because you got to remove one bush and clean this up and do this and extend that and I'm like, I ain't got time nor the money. That's the biggest thing. I ain't got the money. Um, so well, since you put it out there, bluegrass, when I figured I had to invite you, maybe next time around, that's what we'll do because I might be getting off here in a little bit, so I can go into my room, settle down. I have a brand new book that I want to read to Jerry. It's one of Mary Summer Rain's books called Beyond Earthway. Uh, I have the original Earthway. Now I have this Beyond Earthway, and I can read it to her, which is what we used to love doing because we both fall asleep pretty quickly. Her faster than me. Um, um, yeah. Sorry, folks. A lot of you guys are talking to each other. Ah, yes, the honeymooners. The honeymooners. I do remember seeing that as a child. I just don't remember names. I think the wife was Alice. I don't remember the best friend's name or the husband, so forgive me. But yeah, that was one of these days. Pow to the moon with you, Alice. Um, I haven't seen that show in so long. I always liked the little baby. Not the mama, not the mama. I'm showing my age. But yeah. Um, um, I can be a bad person when I want to, but I choose not to. Um, it's funny too because every time I think of peaches, I know your first letter is J, but every time I think of peaches, I'm thinking Mario Brothers, Princess Peach. Um, sorry. Things that I knew in my youth and did. Of course, I'm not that old either, but technically, by my father's side of the family, I am old. My older cousin, who I think is in his late, late 60s, early 70s, now that he would be considered ancient. Um, but the good thing about my dad's the curse of the curse of the Henson family, as we call it, is one generation will have like really bad ailments with diabetes and heart disease and blood disease, and they usually die at a young age. And the next generation, which my cousin is proving, live well into their 70s, probably older. I don't know. I'm still actually trying to get a hold of him now because I want to ask him a couple questions. Um, Jim, I think separate households would be good for you and Jerry's relationship with your mom, emotionally and financially. You're right. You're right. And I keep on telling Jerry, because Jerry keeps on telling me, oh, yeah, we can afford to live here without mom. Prove it. I need proof. I don't need words. Words don't mean much to me. I need actual proof in this kind of situation because she has a very hard time saving money. Um, Mona, you sound like my daughter. She is always trying to make me pick up men on our vacation. Okay. I'm not going to touch that for a lot of different reasons. Ah, you know what? Fly my kite. I don't care. She can watch them if she wants to. She's watched them on many a times, and yeah, I do get some feedback. But the thing is, that's one of the reasons why I try not to talk to her, or not talk to her. It's one of the reasons why I try not to talk about her. But with today's happenings, um, I lost my filter. I'm cranky as all get out, and trying not to. I'm really trying not to talk about her, but there's just sometimes you can't help it because she's the main subject of my brain. Um, Kicking. It's been 9 years since my husband passed. Oh wow, 9 years. Mona, your dad sounds like a wonderful man. Yeah, Jerry is lucky to have James. He's a peach. um, Jay Peach, he has his own money, own house that's paid for and military retirement. Okay, I'm talking about. Okay. Did who who? Oh, I guess. Okay. I don't know. Um. Uh, Bluegrass. I just put in a new sidewalk. No permits needed, James. Or Jim. Excuse me. Yeah. I think the only permits you need is like if you're really doing some major changes to your house, like I'm gonna add a wing over there and a floor over here, and I want to dig my a basement, type of thing. Yeah, that I can see needing permits, but doing like sidewalk, adding a doorway in your home, knocking down a faux wall that somebody else put up, I don't think those need permits. Let's see here. Where was I? Where was I? Okay. Jim, do you ever miss leaving the home to go to work? Lisa, yes and no. I mean, yeah, I do miss going, leaving the house to go to a job and work for my money. But with Jerry's health, mom's health, kind of wonky in mine, my pain management people who work on my back told me that if I go to get a job, it's going to be very hard on me because of the degenerative discs, I think they called it. But yeah, I mean, I thought about getting a job with DoorDash, and it's not a lot of money, but you know it's it's not very strenuous. You pick up somebody's order, you drive it over to their house, deliver it, and then go out for another delivery, and you earn money that way. But between wear and tear on the car and just my memory is been going for shite. Um, if I can get a job at home that I can do that's fairly easy, I mean, it's the time of the year where a lot of summer resorts and even winter resorts are in full swing of getting, um, like like right now, um, Yellowstone National Park, their reservationists are trying to get in the next group of people for the next year or the next 2 years. A lot of times during the height of tourist season, um, you might not be able to get there during tourist season for 2 or 3 years. Um, it just depends on how the tourist market is going. And let's see here, Vail, Colorado, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and other ski resorts throughout the Northwest are trying to get their quota of reservations for the winter. So if I can do that from home, I'd be happy doing that, or anything like that. Customer service or anything like that. Um, the only thing I don't miss about work is having to get up before 10 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I mean, give me an afternoon part-time job type deal. Um, Kicking, I admire JA when she was doing her crafting videos. We're trying to get back to that. The thing that bugs me the most is, um, she goes from laying in bed to sitting in her chair in her room, and when her buttocks starts to hurt again, she lays back down. And I'm like, if you moved around the house to different chairs, I'm pretty sure your butt would not have a problem. But that's my personal opinion. Um, where am I? Kicking it, Wiccan. I wish you all the happiness in the world. That's nice. Bluegrass. Why do you take the picture of your dog away? Um, my pop is a contractor. If you just need advice, thanks, Bluegrass. I may or may not take you up on that. Um, Ashley, how am I doing? Well, between pain in my lower back, pain in my skull. Um, I'm pretty sure the skull is blood pressure. The back issue has been there for so long. I forgot when it started. Um, I've got knee problems. My knees are starting to lock up on me. Other than those problems, I'm actually doing pretty good. Of course, my thing nowadays is, at least I'm 6 feet above ground. Not that it's a bad thing to look at, but with my with the extremely high cholesterol levels, which basically put me in the type 2 diabetic category because I wasn't able. I have trouble because like I want to do. I want to go get a Mountain Dew. I want to drink the Mountain Dew. I can't do that no more. I gotta drink water, milk. Um, every so often, I steal a small glass of soda from my mom. you know, but at least I'm trying. Instead of being like my dad, who didn't even, I don't care, whether I live or die, I'm gonna die eventually. Okay, thanks, Dad. Um, but not me. Uh, Tonight is your anniversary after midnight. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Um, Pinball machine. God, I miss playing pinball. Um, Flight simulators. I used to back when before Apple came out. Um, I forgot what kind of computer I had. I had a AH not R AH-64 Apache Flight Simulation Combat Simulator. So yeah, I just had my computer screen, a joystick, and well, the joystick was on the left side, and my mouse on the right side. So I've seen so many people who've made their own like arcade, like 3 different computer screens, or actually one guy had like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all at different angles to create the effect of being in a combat. But yeah, but I used to love playing that game. And then of course before, when it was all DOS, I had my Champions DOS version and Forgotten Realms, the Silver Hand D&D version. So yeah, back then, I was kind of a geek. I like playing the different computer games, and then got NES. Started playing those games. Of course, most of the NES games I didn't like. Something about it I didn't like, but then Microsoft had to come out with the Xbox. My curse of curses. Um, let's see here. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is yeah, those tiny keys can be a real pain in the butt because you want to hit one and end up hitting two different ones, and the outcome is not exactly what you wanted. Oh, it's not housebroken. Jeez. So you didn't need a pooper scooper for outside. You needed a pooper scooper for inside. Oh. Oh. Okay. Um. Let's see here. Uh. Yeah. If I knew how to play a banjo, I'd be the grumpy old man out in the woods playing the banjo. Crap out of people. My woods, get out of here! Ding, 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 ding. But Sally's actually in bed. I am winging it with Wicking It Kicking. Yeah, I know I get talked about in her lives and whatnot, but no, I'm not gonna. Well, if I do talk about it, it's not gonna be able because that rabbit hole can be a pain and rump to get out of. Sally is already in bed or in her room. She might be asleep. I don't know, but she's basically 8 p.m. at night. She goes in there and she either watches TV if the internet's working properly or reads. Um, I think I don't know exactly. Oh God, excuse my back. Mm, yeah, ain't women like that? Bluegrass. You're cranky. Go get yourself something to eat. It's not why I'm cranky, but let's see here. Ah, hello, cozy dude. Or dozy cozy, cozy dozy. I can't speak. Um, excuse me. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed my lives there, Peaches. I enjoy Jim's life too. I don't like to watch the way he gets treated by Jerry. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm just gonna smear grease or something all over my face and go walk around. Hey, mammy, what do you need, mammy? Yes, mammy. That's from Tom and Jerry, way back in the 70s, 80s. Like I said, if I say something that might be impolite by you, when you feel I'm saying something bad about a racial group, I'm not. Like I said, I was raised in the military during the 70s and 80s, and when you grow up in a military life, you don't see race or color or creed. You see a battle buddy who's going to back you up when the shit hits the fan. Excuse my language. So that's all. I'm not trying to be rude. Let's see here. Yeah, I agree with you there, Peaches. I don't know if it's the sugar levels or if it's the metformin. That's what I'm taking for diabetes. Yeah, metformin HCl 500 milligram tablets twice a day with meals. So, yay. I don't know. It's just like, doctor said I have to take this medicine, and now my brain's going, what? So, okay, I cannot say what just came across my mind, so I'm sorry. Get it out of the gutter. Come on, get it out of the gutter. Uh, I'm sorry, folks. My yeah, um, yeah, I know we all can't have bankers hours. Um, here's Fiona's mom. I didn't see you. Come on. You may be having brain freezes because you are not stimulated mentally like you were. That's probably true too, there, Fiona, or Fiona's mom. I wouldn't call it love, Marguerite. I just see a man who could really enjoy life and spread his wings and be happy if he wasn't so stuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, that's why I want to try to get into reading more because between um, um, not having the stimulation of reading words or using my imagination or things like that, I feel like my brain is becoming stagnant, basically. Uh, Jim, please start exercising. Um, Hold on a second. Let me finish reading that. Just to walk up and down your driveway a few times each day is a good start. You need to use your body so you don't lose your body. True. Um, I actually got a flyer um, from our center, which is basically our in town gym. Basically, it's got a swimming pool. It's got a resistance pool. It's got a lap pool. It's got walking laps. It's got like gym equipment, and they work with you and your doctors. And they sent a flyer with like a bunch of different programs, and I just got to call them and say, hey, what are your programs? How much do they cost? I'm 53. I'm type 2 diabetic. I don't really exercise that much. Um, can I get a hold of somebody that you work with, or can I work with somebody there that's not only just a nutritionist, or not only a gym trainer or instructor, but a nutritionist, and we'll work with my doctors and whatnot, and that's what I want to do. But yeah, I understand what you're saying there. We're kicking it. Jim, maybe you can work on the phone talking about sweet nothings. Um, I know what you're talking about, Peaches, and I don't think Jerry would be very happy about it. Um, but yeah, um, 200 people up in here. Smash that like button. Thanks, kicking. Um, uh, I could say something right now, but it might get me in trouble. Not only with yeah other people, but with the thingy. Um, okay. Um, as I tell my daughter, I get the loving I need from the time, from the loving I need right from Tiny, and he is nice and quiet. Um, let's see here. Diane Peach is looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. No, I agree, Jim. My friend, time to walk some. Yeah. Um, uh, second one was arcade games. Yeah, he's had at least 3 pictures that I know of, or maybe 4. I don't know. I wish I could play fiddle like Charlie Daniels. Oh yeah, yep. Um, I have a couple of Charlie Daniels songs on my playlist on my phone. One of them is "Devil Went Down to Georgia," then the Stroker Aces, and or I think that's Stroker Aces, and I can't remember the third one. Maybe it's only the two. I don't know. Um, but oh, that's interesting, Diane. Um, I was never in battle. If you're talking about my experience with the military, my father was an aircraft mechanic, and until he had a hernia, and then they put him behind a desk calibrating torque wrenches and other tools for repairing helicopters and aircraft. I never got past basic training because of health issues that I did not realize I had major health issues. So yeah, I had some experience in basic training. I was at Fort Jackson for basic, and I was supposed to go to Fort Lee for advanced training. Unfortunately, I never passed basic. Um, yeah, that was a reference towards Tom and Jerry episode. But that's just kind of the way I sometimes feel around here. Um, okay. Jim, just a thought. Be careful what you speak to bluegrass about. I don't believe they are true. Uh, I I I try to watch what I'm saying. Shulman, that's why I put out there that I was not trying to be, inappropriate towards anybody or any group. It's just old '70s, cartoon, old '70s and '80s cartoon references. Um, but yeah, many cartoons we watch as kids aren't acceptable. Well, that's the thing is times have changed. So yeah, stuff from back then may be considered by most people unacceptable. Um, but you got to realize as time changes, some of the things that we might have considered or we might nowadays consider inappropriate back then was more for the giggles and laughs and whatnot and not the inappropriateness. And that's the way I took it. So I'm sorry. Um, okay. What happened here? It's Red Rock Storm. Are you perhaps in Colorado? Um, uh, okay. Um, okay. I don't know what happened with Bluegrass, but yeah. Okay. I mean, I can give you a lot of different not scenarios, but conversations that happened between my father and his crew members. And I will tell you this much: if I were to use any of them nowadays, a lot of people would get offended because I mean they used to crack jokes about how white people were called crackers and Italians were called wops and Germans were called krauts and British people were called limeys. Um, what I heard between my father and a black crew member, and they were laughing at each other. Nowadays, you say anything like they were saying, it was like, that's not right, you know. So yeah, just 1 hour. Okay, yeah, all right, yep. I need to get off. I said 1 hour, and then I was getting off. Um, well, I'm going to disagree to agree with you, Shield Maiden, because a lot of us kids back then didn't really think any other way than nothing but cracking jokes and making fun. Not really making fun in a bad way, but just hey, But no, I do understand your feelings towards it. And again, that's why I was trying to explain that back then, most of us um, had no problems with it. Okay, Jerry, I'll be done here in a moment. Um, it's um, I'm sorry I couldn't keep up with some of you guys' comments. Well, Mommy of Sunshine, again, you have to look at it in a perspective of how we looked at things when we were kids back then. I know nowadays it's not appropriate, and that's why I don't use derogatory derogatory language and whatnot. And if I do apologize for it because, you know, there's a lot of people who are sensitive, and there are other people like me who grew up, and I understand it. I don't use it. You know, it's not really my place. Um, um, I do. I need to go take my blood sugars before I go to bed. It's been 2 hours since I ate last, and I have my nighttime medication. So, well, that's the funny thing there, Nelly. Because I was trying to explain something. That's why I used it. Um, Nelly, I wasn't born in the United States, but I'm a U.S. citizen uh, by military standards. I was actually born Clark Air Force Base, Angeles City, Philippine Islands, and Clark Air Base is no longer there because Mount Pinatubo, which is a volcano, just on the outskirts of Angeles City in the base, blew its top, took out the base and half the city. Um, but I've been to several places here in Missouri, um, Tucson, Arizona, Utah. Well, Utah before, I don't know when I was in Utah, or no, I wasn't in Utah. That my parents before I was born. But I've been to Tucson, Arizona, um, White Sands Air Force Base in, or was it no? It was, I don't know. They were based from Little Rock, Arkansas. But from Little Rock, Arkansas, we went to Hahn Air Force Base, West Germany. Then we went from there to um, Phoenix, Arizona, uh, Luke Air Base, where my dad retired from the military and spent the rest of his life. So, um, oh no, I was actually going to sign off because I'm actually tired. I've had a crazy day. Right, Hill. Yeah, I think I was still in mom's belly, or just barely born, infant type deal. I don't remember the stories, but yeah. Okay. Um, that's- uh, um, Cozy dude, that question is, oh boy, that's a heavy question. It's not that I approve or disapprove or thankful that I'm an American. Honestly, when we were offered, my father was offered two jobs in the town that we lived in back in Germany. We would have stayed there if the military didn't have. You cannot retire on foreign land. You have to be in the United States to retire. Okay. We wanted to go back, but didn't happen because of money and whatnot. But see, my thing is I was in Germany for 3 years in the early '80s. I've been in America since '83, '84, and I have seen all the different changes that has happened since '84 on. And I can tell you this much, um, and it has nothing to do with politics. What I have seen has happened so much here in America is we're actually, I feel like America is backpedaling um, in a lot of different ways because it's no longer America for the people. It's become America for the one percenter. The things that I have seen here in America, a lot of Europeans in their home country would riot and revolt against the system. And that's why I like Europe a lot, because of the fact that they know that if they don't keep their citizens happy, shit can hit the fan and there goes the country. And basically, what's happening here in America, I see it. Shit's hitting the fan, but nobody is willing to stand up for what's right for the American people. Not the one percenters, not the oil people, not the diamond people, not the pharmaceutical countries. No, no. Because if it wasn't for blue collar workers like I was, this country would collapse, because nobody wants to do their jobs anymore because they feel they're not getting paid enough, they're not getting respected enough. They would let the Hispanic people come across the border and take over their jobs instead of standing up for what's right, what's honestly ours. So, I mean, Canada, they're accepting Americans as new people, and they take care of their people better. The medicines are better. Cost of living might be more expensive because of taxes, but you got to realize here in America, 90% of taxes don't go back to American people. It goes to fill the pockets of the politicians. If they were to take even half of what we pay in taxes and take care of the roads and the infrastructure and the people, we wouldn't have to worry about, oh, let's move to Canada because they're better off, or let's move to Mexico because medication is practically free. Okay, granted, yeah, you're gonna have to pay taxes up the rear end, but you know what? All those taxes go back to the people. Britain, you go to the doctor's office in Britain. Not only will they pay you what you should have earned that day for coming to see the doctor, they also pay for your parking ticket, your voucher. They'll pay for it. Where's that here in America? Where's that in America? So, as for me being happy to be an American, I can see so many different ways America can change and be better. If we were to follow half of what they do over the seas in Britain and England, if we were to do half of what they do here, I am pretty sure most people would be 99.9% happier. Like here in my small town. Let me I'm not going to read any more comments because I need to get off. But I'm just going to say this one last piece of information. Here in Rolla, we have a group of people that deal with the delegation of what we're spending money on here in town. The college, which is a big part of town, decided that they wanted roundabouts. Yeah, roundabouts. What do you need roundabouts for in a small town? We don't. In fact, it's probably caused more traffic accidents or traffic issues than not. It's because the bureaucrats decided, okay, we're going to stop doing recycling. You can take your stuff up to the recycle center, but we're not going to pick it up no more. And we're going to take that money and we're going to put it in these roundabouts. What? You're taking away a necessity to help the planet. And that's the recycling center. To build roundabouts, which is a tremendous freaking headache. Don't make any sense to me. I mean, if you're going to take money away from something to do roundabouts, you don't do it to recycling. You don't do it to trash pickup. You do it to the college wanted it, make the college pay for it. Make the college get donations from all these $1 million baby kids, to pay for the roundabouts. Don't take away, no. Don't take away something that's going to help the environment. But that's just me. Anyhow, I've got to go. I've got to do my meds and I got to do all this fun stuff. I will see you on the flip side. Hopefully, if I remember I'm gonna try to write it down on my calendar. I will see you guys Tuesday. If I don't, I'll just do a vlog. I think I'm gonna start doing more vlogs. So until next time, you guys have a good night. Bye.